We start with some breaking news from poll-bound Maharashtra. Two major developments there in connection to the assembly polls that are slated next month. First, that the Mahavikas Aghadi has finalized the seat-sharing formula. Names of 65 candidates of Shiv Sena, that's led by Uddhav Bal Thackeray, has been released. 85 seats each for Congress and the NCP, that is led by Sharad Pawar. UBT Shiv Sena has released its first list of 65 candidates. Aditya Thackeray will be contesting from Worli. That's what we know so far. 85 seats for Congress and Sharad Pawar's NCP each, and rest of the seats would be going to smaller parties. That is the seat sharing formula that has come out as of now. Nana Patole, Congress chief of Maharashtra, has spoken on this. Let's listen in to what he said.
आज हमने एक निश्चित किया कि 270 का एक मत हमने किया है सीट के ऊपर, और जो 28 सीट है जो हमारी अलायंस है, सिकाप होगी, कम्युनिस्ट होगा, समाजवादी होगी, 18 सीट है जो हमारी 18 सीट जो है, तो उसमें जो हमारी अलायंस जो दल है उनसे भी हम चर्चा करके उनको भी कुछ जगह देने का है। और ये कल हम लोग पास में ये बाकी सीटों पे भी हमारा क्लियरेंस हो जाएगा, और महाविकास आघाड़ी करके हम लोग ये चुनाव लड़ने जा रहे हैं, और महाराष्ट्र में महाविकास आघाड़ी की बहुमत की सरकार आएंगी।
My colleague Anuj joins us with more details on this. Anuj, tell us about the big names in the UBT list, and also what is actually the formula?
Well, the formula is slightly confusing, to be very honest, as of now, because both Nana Patole and Sanjay Raut, when they came down, firstly they made it very public that all the differences were over, and that is when, that is why they both sat together and talked about how there were rumors going around, how there is something wrong between Shiv Sena and Congress party, and especially between Sanjay Raut and Nana Patole. But then they put those rumors to rest first, and then when they started talking about formula, they said that Sharad Pawar had basically told all of them to address the media and tell the formula, which is 85 to all the three primary parties in Mahavikas Aghadi, that is Shiv Sena, UBT, NCP, Sharad Pawar faction, and the Indian National Congress. And the rest 18 seats, according to them, are to be distributed among the other allies, be it the Samajwadi Party, the Communist Party, the Shetkari Kamgar Paksh, that is the Peasants and the Workers Party. But then the basic confusion is that the 85 into 3 does not basically add up to 270, and that is what the leader said. It adds up to 255. So it is not 18 seats that just have to be distributed amongst the friends, but it is a question of 33 seats that is yet to be made public. And now, when we were talking to the leaders about this particular calculation, they said that amongst those 33 seats, most of the seats will be given to the friend parties, to the allies, the 3 or 4 relatively smaller allies here in the state, whereas the rest of them will again be redistributed amongst the 3 major parties. So, a formula as such has still not been made public, but all they told is that the reason why we are giving 85 formula for all the 3 major parties is so that the AB form distribution becomes clear, so that at least few candidates or at least a majority of the candidates rather from all the 3 parties can start working on the ground. And secondly, as far as the Shiv Sena list is concerned, they put out their first list just minutes before the press conference started of 65 people, and while they've named more than the candidates, it is the seats that is interesting, because we see that there were 12 seats in Vidarbha region and 3 seats in Mumbai, over which the debates in the Mahavikas Aghadi meetings were basically, they were consuming all of these meetings, and a few of those seats have already been mentioned in those lists, be it the Bandra East constituency, where Varun Sardesai's name has been mentioned in the list, who is a member of the Thackeray family, and also Ramtek seat, one of the seats from the 12 contentious seats in the Vidarbha region. But then there was also a clarification from Sanjay Raut that it is not necessarily a final list. Some changes are expected to be made in that list as well. So 2 major announcements today, firstly of the formula and secondly of the list, but both those
Right, Anuj.
both of these things needs to have clarity.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anush, for those critical details. So what is the central premise with which parties are approaching Maharashtra elections? Remember, the NCP that's led by Ajit Pawar also came out with its first list today of 38 candidates. Sharad Pawar, on the other hand, has also been inducting a lot of people into his party. Mahayuti, of course, has come out with 182 candidates, 45 of Shiv Sena, 99 of the BJP and 38 of Ajit Pawar. So clearly, these lists are coming out. But will the post-poll dynamic be as important as pre-poll unity? Many questions there. Joining us now is Mahesh Tapase, Chief Spokesperson of NCP that's led by Sharad Pawar. We also have Brij Mohan Srivastav, Spokesperson NCP led by Ajit Pawar. We have Shazia Ilmi, Spokesperson BJP, and we have Amitabh Tiwari, who is a political analyst. Shazia, thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. Shazia, there are reports that suggest that the BJP is, in some ways relieved because, it would be fighting the Congress on many seats. Does that and now that the Congress will be fighting on 85 seats, is that good news for the BJP?
Well, it's not as simple as that. These things are never as easy to, so I think overall, it is not just fighting the Congress. It is fighting on the trust of the people and what the vision of the alliance is. So all of these parties, and I think the voters know, the cadres know, that there has been so much of inner rancor amongst the warring factions that they've just come together for one sole purpose, to defeat the BJP. Whereas BJP stands for a lot of things, and Maharashtra has seen all that is being done over there in terms of development, in terms of I can give you so many numbers of all the development that has been done there, as in terms of what is progress for Maharashtra and for people there. Right. So I think overall it is for that. So Congress can fight 85 seats more and others, but I think clearly the way it's tilted, the scales are tilted towards BJP and our alliance, and you will see a BJP-led government in Maharashtra for sure.
Okay. Mr. Tapase, the seat-sharing arrangements of MVA are slightly confusing, sir. I'm sure it must be confusing for you as well. Was it a hurriedly done exercise because 85, 85, 85, which means 33 would be given to smaller parties, or do you think there would be another round of discussions?
Well, as per the latest press conference which happened some time back, we did hear Mr. Rao and Mr. Nana Patole say that the rest 33 seats will be divided between the other India Bloc Alliance, which is the Communist Party, the Samajwadi Party, and the Aam Aadmi Party. So that is yet to be finalized, and 85 amounts to 255, not 270. So there may have been a slight calculating error over there.
Yes.
But nevertheless, formula is out. So it might be 85 today, it can be 90, 90 tomorrow, depends what happens exactly. And then the 18 seats may be bifurcated. So we are closing our cards, holding our cards very close to the chest, and we are certain that we will form the next government much to the disliking of the BJP as of now.
Right. Mr. Srivastav, in the last few days, we've seen Sharad Pawar induct a lot of people, from BJP office bearers to this two-time MLA Sandeep Nayak and also Lakshman Dubale that happened today. Do you think that Sharad Pawar is able to make that, at least drive out the statement that he has clout there, something that your party has not been able to do? Because I understand that your party has also been recruiting people, but these are not as high profile as the ones that Sharad Pawar's faction seems to be attracting.
Actually, we are not comparing our strength with any other party or any other faction. Simply, we are working on our alliance. We have decided to form the government in Maharashtra. Therefore, we have not divided 288 seats in BJP or Shiv Sena or in NCP. We have chosen the people who can contest the election, and those the candidates who are more popular and connected with the public. We have chosen those people amongst all our three parties. So we are sure if they are, if few people are joining them, welcome. Why those people are welcome by them? It's all right. No, it's make no difference to us, because we are working on our planning. We are working on our strategy. And one thing is very clear: Maharashtra voter is very, very sensitive and very calculated voter. They know in central there will be a government of NDA for next 4 years and 6 months also. So for the development, and the Maharashtra voter is already think in the form of development of the state. So they know it, that the Mahayuti is only a party, Mahayuti is only an alliance which can give, which can deliver goods to the Maharashtra people. So we are sure that we will get this opportunity, and our leader Narendra Modi ji is well known a figure for the symbol of development in this country. So we are not worried. We are working on our line, and I am sure that we will form the government.
Amitabh Tiwari, just preliminary, optics of what is going on, the seat sharing talks. Which collective or which entity, which Agadi or which whatever Mahayuti do you think is sort of seemingly more united in its presentation? Because whatever is happening in Mahayuti is happening behind closed doors. Whatever is happening with the Mahavikas Agadi, everything is out there in the open. Something that also hurt the Congress party in Haryana. Do you think that the Mahayuti is managing its differences well, or do you think there's genuinely an attempt to push momentum towards winning?
See, to be fair to MVA, even we do not have the seat sharing formula of Mahayuti. However, they have already announced candidates on 180 plus seats, which means on 65% of the seats they have already announced candidates. In a situation where there is a lot of political upheaval which has happened in Maharashtra in the last 5 years, wherein on each seat now each alliance has three probable candidates. It gives time to the Mahayuti candidates to manage discontent, rebellion, revolt. That's very important in an election wherein only around 3 weeks or around a month of electioneering is remaining. If the candidate names are delayed, like we've seen in the case of MVA, the seat sharing formula also arithmetically it's not tallying, so that there is no clarity whether on 15 seats the alliance partners will get, and on the balance 18 the three parties will share. But it is clearly done in a very hurriedly manner, because the perception was growing that the Shiv Sena, UBT and the Congress could contest separately. See, because the arm worker or the cadre does not know what is happening at the highest levels. So this perception was growing strongly on the ground, and that's why, to neutralize that, perhaps they've come up with the formula. However, only Shiv Sena UBT has declared candidates. Other parties are yet to declare candidate. We could see a lot of revolt, rebellion, sabotage. There are on 100 seats, there are family members of a family who are either contesting or are demanding ticket from each of the parties. So the families also of Maharashtra are hedging their bets in that sense.
Okay. Last comment, Shazia, the BJP faced a huge setback in Maharashtra with its tally dropping to 9 from 23. But of course, Haryana elections has also shown you that corrective measures do work. But this time it's going to be allies with you. And do you think there is also that added danger of anti-incumbency that maybe Sena or NCP might face, which the BJP might have to also take on?
So, I mean, when you talk about anti-incumbency, you'll have to look at who's anti-incumbency. Because you realize that both the alliances have been in power for periods, right? Yeah. So that's one thing. But it's just seat sharing and just having some kind of a understanding and cohesiveness is just is not the only variable. So which seats do these allies want? If you look at, I mean, we are very clear as to who wants what regions we're looking at, and there is a clear understanding.
Right.
Where there is Eknath Ji and or Ajit Pawar, and where we are concerned. But when you look at Mahayuti, when you look at Mahavikas Agadi, you realize that which seats are we talking about? There are seats which probably nobody wants. There are seats that you want more than others.
Okay, Shazia, I'm completely out of time. Thank you all of you for joining me.